Hold on. No. Islam, peace and greetings. Trying to learn this thing right here. I just want to get on and do a short take. These glasses are kind of crooked. Um, I'm just trying to do a short take on what's taking place in the community right now regarding this new law that was just passed called 104 HR 6666. Sound like six and three score skit six, which is the number of the beast. However, want to talk about it for the simple reason that there's in the Moorish community, although it's affecting everybody at large in the Moorish community, we're here to deal with this thing here in a legal format. And I want to talk about this here because I want you, brothers and sisters, to get this book right here. This book is called The De facto Government of the United States by Weiss. Okay, I need y'all to see this book very clearly. All right, you need to get this book right here. Why? Because these are issues that need to be addressed. Why we need to address these issues? Because there's a format in how these things need to play out for us. Okay, um, there's a degree of knowledge that we as Moors need to learn. That's from Moorish science or Clock of Destiny, either one. And then there's American history and constitutional law. Nevertheless, it's material such as this is part of the groundwork. I'll give you my example. We just talked about the HR, the 6666. And here it goes into this book right here goes into goes into the foundation of American nation, the basis of a de facto government, altered laws and principles, the national de facto government, America's legal revolution and captivity, martial law, rule in America, usurpation and psychological warfare, allegiance and government, modes of legal control, conclusion, bibliography. We're going to go to altered laws and principles, health and health care, which is page 111. All right, this is just what I want to touch on, just a pinch right here. Health and health care. Health is like liberty in that it is something which every individual possesses. Thus, it is every very desirable subject of control by a corrupt de facto government. To have control over a subject such as health controlling means having a control over every single person in the nation. The more centralized the control, the more it will affect all the people. Thus, the de facto government has sought to take healthcare as a universal, inclusive, and centralized as possible. As early as 1824, the United States Supreme Court expressed prohibitions upon the federal government in such areas. Inspection laws, quarantine laws, health laws of every description, as well as the laws for regulating the internal commerce of a state, are component parts of mass legislation that embraces everything within the territory of a state. No direct general power over these subjects is granted to Congress. It says 108. There's a little number there. And in that little number, there's a case that says Gibson versus Ogden, 9 we, which is 22 U.S. 1 and page 203, 1824. I'm going to pull the case later at another time. But the issue here is to um, learn the different modes of expression by using the proper vehicle to challenge Congress's actions, courts' actions, individual actions, and jurisdictions from subject matter, personal to venue. I've been hearing a lot about, you got a lot of experts out here. I hear about experts and people specialize and specialists and all of these treaties and all that. Well, my thing is that I'd like to know the vehicle that you're using to get these points across when you go into the courtrooms that shows your record of success um, as these things. I'm not none of those, although I've been practicing for quite some time. This is a certified paralegal litigation specialty. To me, I believe that you know education is a never-ending thing. So um, you may have a specialty in something, but specializing, I'm not going to go there. Nevertheless, um, in an issue like this, how do we challenge Congress's authority to make a law? How is law supposed to be made? Um, what are the terms of construction in the uh, it's not a preamble, but what says be it enacted. What terms needs to be there for a law to be somewhere, and how many people needs to sign this, or what bodies need to sign this here? This is a very important issue. The same thing it is when going into courts and they're taking these Moorish babies and we're going in there, but we're using the wrong vehicles. And when we're using the wrong vehicles, meaning we're using the wrong types of motion practice, or no motion practice at all, one or the other. A lot of cases, there's no motion practice at all because you have these people saying we don't use motion, we only deal with affidavits. Affidavits doesn't move a court, it only generates a thing. So in order to move the court, you got to give notice and motion, and either for it or in opposition. Um, and that's how these things move. You can have your feelings about something, but your feelings don't mean anything. It's not about feelings. It's about if you got this knowledge or you don't got this knowledge. However, um, it's very important that we start to address these points because we have major housing issues at stake coming up. We have food, we have medicine, and actually for this pandemic to come by, and we've been in existence for over 100 years, we didn't even have a fallout for our people. It's interesting. Not so much because we got too many different groups, because you dudes don't want to organize yourselves. Everybody want to be Big Willie. When there's a Congress, there is no Big Willie in this. We all wear red vests, and if you wear black, it's because you're executing the law, and that's because it's your duty to do that, because you're the protector of the creed. So ain't nobody, no big eyes, no little U's in this here. However, I need you, brothers and sisters. I don't know. I would like to. I'm gonna try and put this on YouTube. Try to start a page, um, because we need to learn how to creatively write our position as Moorish Americans. We need to have to learn how to write an affidavit. But I want to do a Zoom, or where we interlock, communicate with one another, and we can see documents and things of this nature moving through in order for us to establish, who we say we are in a writing format. So that's something I found to be very important, because if you can't express who you are, you can't express the relief that you're requesting the court to give you, because you don't uh, qualify, or you haven't qualified the terms of your claim to say that relief should be granted. So it's something to look at. Um, there are a lot of different formats that we have here in order for this here. Let me see if I can get something. Stop this just for a second.